3 o'clock in the morning, you suddenly woke up to the sound coming from the television. Then you realize that your husband is hugging you while his face is buried in your neck. You slowly move to stand up to turn off the television, but Jungkook stopped you. Just leave the television on. You alarm because you know there is something wrong if your husband sleeps with the TV on. Usually, when this happens, his anxiety attacks him again, or he felt depressed, or he felt alone in this world again. Sleeping while the TV is on is his way to sleep and not feel alone. You should wake me up. I'm sorry, I fell asleep right away. It's okay. I know you are tired from your work. Go to sleep. I'll watch over you. I'm just here. I won't leave you. You said and hugged him back and started tapping his back. You and Jungkook are married for 4 months. You got married because you love each other. Basically, you didn't like him before. You are annoyed of him because he is not a person who likes to socialize. He doesn't want to talk to other people, and usually he is alone. That is his comfort zone, being alone. He was your classmate from first year of college until the fourth year, since you were taking the same course. Since first year of college, you already noticed the difference between him and the other students. Apart from the fact that he doesn't want to socialize with others, he has a cold behavior. That's why you call him Grumpy Guy. When there is a group project, Jungkook himself always requesting to your professor that he will do the project alone, which makes you get angry to him even more. In your thought, perhaps he feels disgusting to the other people, since Jungkook is the son of the rich businessman. You thought maybe the reason why he behaves like that because he doesn't want to interact with people who aren't on his level. But your point of view of him changed when you accidentally heard his dad explaining to the principal why Jungkook behaved like that. You were in your third year of college when your professor ordered you to deliver some documents to the principal. When you arrived at the principal office, the door was slightly open, and that's when you heard Jungkook's story. Jungkook loves his mom so much. He thought he had a perfect family. But when he was 13 years old, his mom left him because his parents' relationship was no longer good. The worst scenario is his mom left him without discussing the real situation. She made him hope that she will come back. Those times his dad was on a business trip, so Jungkook was left alone. And because of that happened, Jungkook was traumatized. He started having a separation anxiety and trust issue. That is the reason why he doesn't trust the people around him. Jungkook can't accept the fact that his mom left him. So at a young age, he suffered from severe depression, and even though he undergoes a psychiatric treatment, and gradually he became a normal teenager again, being cold and having trust issues and separation anxieties, this remained with him. At that point, you realize that you made a mistake. You judge him based on his actions without knowing the truth or on what he went through. You felt guilty on your action against him. You want to be friends with him, but he always ignores you. Still, you are persistent and making friends with him. You know to yourself Jungkook needs a companion. Like him, your dad also left you, like his mom. So you understand his feelings. It's not easy to win Jungkook's heart. He told you several times to get lost or I don't need you. Instead of getting angry with him, you even more embrace his personality. until Jungkook slowly has given his trust to you. And finally, you became friends. He started to get out of his comfort zone and socialize with others. But sometimes, he suddenly became cold towards you, especially if his anxiety attacks. At first, you just felt guilty or sorry for him, so you decided to comfort him. But as time goes by, you realize that your heart is falling for him. What you didn't know was him too. Fourth year of college, you are graduating at those times, so you have a lot of activities to finish, mostly group activities. It just so happens that he is not your partner. Then suddenly he starts ignoring you and avoiding you. You know something is wrong, so you confront him right away before the situation got worsened or before the misunderstanding formed. That's where you found out that he was jealous of your partner because Jungkook was in love with you. You just laugh in front of him and embrace Jungkook as you also confess that you love him too. You two start dating, and after 2 years, you got married. After you were married, you found out that Jungkook couldn't sleep when the TV wasn't on. He felt like he was alone and he often watches cartoons about family. You thought you already know everything about him. However, you were wrong. You realized that Jungkook's abandonment by his mom had a really strong effect on him, not only in his physical, but especially emotionally and his entire personality. After living with him in 1 month, his habit of leaving the television on to sleep gradually disappeared. That's why you got worried when you woke up just now and the television was on. Babe, huh? Don't leave me, please. Yeah, who told you that I will leave you? I'm just here. I'm not making any promises, but I will do my best to stay by your side. You said and hug him even more so that he feels that you are there by his side and you will not leave him. Sometimes your friend asking you if you don't get tired of understanding him. You only have one answer. No. You know Jungkook try to fight his anxiety, but sometimes his past haunt him, and you know why. On your side, you easily accept that your family will never be formed because your dad talked to you after he left. So you can say there is closure, not unlike your husband's situation. When you woke up, Jungkook was no longer by your side. So you hurriedly got up and went downstairs as you saw him busy making breakfast. You slowly approached and backhug him. Morning, you said and rested your head on his back. Good morning. I'm sorry if I disturbed your sleep earlier. This done. You don't need to apologize. Next time, if you can't sleep, just wake me up, okay? Mm. By the way, babe, I might be late tonight. I need to go somewhere. Where? Nothing. Okay, just take care. Jungkook was about to going to ask you where, but he didn't want you to be offended or you're going to think that he didn't trust you. So he didn't continue on what he was going to say. I'm done. That's it. He pulled you going to the table and made you sit. Later on, he served the food, and you two start to eat. While eating, You're also chatting about what happened in your day yesterday. You always make sure that you have a proper communication. While telling him what happened in your day yesterday, Jungkook just smiled while staring at you. When he suddenly stood up and came in front of you, and all of a sudden, he kissed you. He broke the kiss and said, "Thank you for coming to my life." You just nod and hug him. "I love you," you said. You're doing some paperwork when someone knocked on your office at the same time came in. "Hi, honey," your mom said and sat on the sofa in front of you. You immediately noticed that there is a problem again based on her looks. You know your mom very well. "What's wrong this time, mother?" "Huh? Nothing. I just miss my beautiful daughter." "Oh, come on, mom. Just spill it." "Your stepdad. I caught him again with other girl." You punch the table and say, "Mom, when will you put up with that man? This is not the first or second time he cheated on you. Once a guy is a cheater, he will die as a cheater. So don't expect him to change. Please, Mom, live with some respect for yourself." "Yeah, stop scolding me. I'm your mom." You came to your mom and hug her. "I know you're my mom. That's why it hurts me to see you getting hurt. Because you're my mom." "Should I divorce him this time?" "Definitely. If he loves you, he won't hurt you. It means he doesn't love you. Divorce him or I will resign as your daughter." Your mom bit your ass and said, "What?" "I'm just kidding. By the way, how's my son-in-law?" "He will be okay soon. I will make sure of that." You've been coming home late in 2 days straight because you're finishing up some paperwork since you need to go somewhere for the next 2 days. You are so tired, that's why when you get home, you immediately fell asleep. The next day after you had breakfast, you went to the bathroom to take a shower until you noticed that you were out of bandage since you have wounds for wearing heels. Good thing you remember that you had one in your bag. You pick out the door and saw Jungkook getting dressed to go to his office too. "Babe, can I have a favor?" "Sure, what is it?" "Can you please take the bandage on my bag?" "Sure." Jungkook saw your bag on the coffee table. He took it and looked for the bandage and gave it to you. "Thanks," you said and closed the door. Jungkook was about to return the bag, but a brown envelope caught his attention. His curiosity hit him, so he opened it as he saw a divorce paper. He was speechless and spacing out while his mind started thinking about something. Later on, you came out of the bathroom and saw him just standing in the corner as if thinking about something. Before you came out, he had already hidden the divorce paper under the bed. After getting ready to go to the office, you asked him, "Aren't you going to your office yet?" Later, as you notice that his voice is shaking. "Babe, are you okay?" "Oh." And since you are in a hurry, you lose your focus on him. "Then I leave you first. Catch you later." After that, you're about to kiss him, but he suddenly turned his back on you, so you just left him, cause he's like this sometimes. He suddenly became cold. After leaving the house, you felt nervous, as if There's something wrong. While driving, you feel anxious and reckless until you remember your mom. You want to call her, so you find your phone in your bag. As your eyes widened and your chest is about to explode after the divorce paper was missing, you immediately turned your car to go back home. You were afraid that Jungkook would misunderstand everything and do such a horrible thing or do something in himself. Jungkook struggled to breathe while staring at divorce paper. No, this can't be. My wife can't do this to me. He tried to fight his mind because remember he didn't come home early in 2 days. His anxiety attacks again and slowly what he experienced before he came back until he felt a warm embrace. Relax, just relax and breathe. Babe, I trust you. I trust you. I know you won't leave me. Definitely, I will not leave you. Thank you that you trust me. The divorce paper is not for us. That's for my mom because my stepdad cheated on her again. Jungkook just burst into tears and felt relieved when he heard your explanation. You know Jungkook has doubt about you, but still, you are happy that he fought it and chose to trust you. In his condition, his trust is a big thing for you. It's hard, but you two will get through it one day as long as you've been together. The plane you boarded landed at the Hong Kong International Airport. You quickly get out since you didn't have any luggage. You get into a cab and went to the address written on the paper you are holding. It only took a few minutes for you to arrive at the place. As you saw a woman busy with her plans, she is the reason why you came to this country. Good morning, I am Engineer YN. The middle-aged woman faced you and say, Good morning, what can I do for you? Actually, ma'am, I am the wife of your son, Jungkook. Her eyes widened and said, Jungkook? She said with joy. Sit down, she added. But instead of sitting down, you knelt in front of her. I know I will be arrogant since my father-in-law told me that you promised not to return to the country where Jungkook is. But mom, please save your son. Let him live normally. His past is still haunting him. All he was waiting for is closure and hearing your side. I understand why you left. You were tired of your ex-husband cheating on you over and over again. However, Jungkook is not at fault. Why he's the one who's suffering? Please, ma'am. I'm pregnant. I want Jungkook to experience to have a happy family. That won't happen if his past is still haunting him. Did I make her suffer a lot? You nodded? I burst into tears. Weekend. You were in the kitchen when you heard the doorbell ring. Babe, I will open the door, Jungkook said. What happened next? You couldn't take it. Because finally, after 12 years, Jungkook's mom came back. You're just secretly crying while listening to their conversation in the living room while hugging at each other, and his mom keeps on apologizing on his son. You're right. Jungkook is just waiting for closure, apologize, and explanation. Imagine, until now, he is still waiting for his mom to keep her promise that she'll come back. It takes 12 years, but for Jungkook, it doesn't matter. The important is his mom fulfilled her promise. Everything can't go back to normal right away, especially the relationship with his mom. The wound in Jungkook's heart was too deep, but at least Jungkook can move on now. It takes time to heal those wounds. However, you will make sure you are there by his side so that he can recover quickly. You two are cuddling while laying on the bed. Thank you. For what? For what you've done. Mom told me everything, and she was impressed for what you did. I did that because I love you. I want you to live a normal life and having nothing to be afraid of. I want you to be happy with us, with our baby. Baby? I'm pregnant. We're going to be parents. He became emotional as he hugged you. Can we do everything to make our marriage strong so it doesn't end up like our parents' marriage? And so that our children will not experience what we experience for having a broken family? Sure, I'll do that. I love you and thank you for always being there for me. No matter what happens, I will not leave your side. I love you. The end. Thank you for watching Koobis. Good night.